Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you're all having a lovely Tuesday. Welcome to our first Tuesday morning stream. That's so weird. But let me catch up on chat. I see that there are people here. Hello. Ava redeemed first. Ava, here is your cookie. I guess it doesn't have to be gluten-free, so it's any kind of cookie you want it to be. Nix, hi, cutie. How are you doing today? Ava said, haha, I won. You did. You did. You are the winner of today. Charlie comes in, pays their loan. So you've paid 7,100 bells on your loan. Nice music choice. I'm using your playlist, actually, because I didn't feel like using mine. So it is your playlist. So there's probably more Taylor Swift on here than I would like, but it's okay. I have a skip button. I just woke up. I was EP. Yeah, I was about to go wake you up because you were like passed out, but then I saw you in chat. So, Snickerdoodle. That's a good choice. That's a solid choice, Ava. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy your Snickerdoodle for being first. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good Tuesday thus far. Do you guys see the eclipse yesterday? I wore my eclipse shirt just for the occasion. I didn't get to see it really because I had work yesterday. And like I could kind of see it out the window, but you're not supposed to look directly at the sun. So I kind of made Charlie look at it for me, but it was like cloudy as fuck here. So you really could not tell that it was like the eclipse. So that was kind of a bummer. But I got to see it in 2017, so I'm like not that peeved about it. And it'll happen again in like, what, 20 years or something, so. Wow! Wow! Exactly. But yeah, I'm not that peeved about it. I mean, I would have liked to see the eclipse, but I'm not that worried about it. There will always be more. It's like, it can't, I mean, I guess that's not true. I have seen people say like, it's interesting every single time. I was about to say like, it can't be interesting every time, but I guess it can be. The clouds fucked us over, for sure. Ooh woo. Thank you for the ooh woo. Yeah, but anyway, I have my yogurt. I was gonna eat it while I was on starting soon, but then I didn't because I was posting that I was live, so I'm gonna eat my yogurt. Oh, you're in the path of totality? That's really cool. We were like, I think we had like 80-something% coverage or something. I think we were just south of the path of totality. Yeah, that is awesome. That's really cool. I mean, we would have had good coverage if it wasn't for the clouds, I think. Because like 80% is like most of it. But that's really cool that you're in the path of totality. I know some people will like drive or fly to like the nearest like place to see the eclipse in the path of totality. I know we have a friend who she will specifically like fly around for things like that. I think she was like in Texas when it happened because she wanted to see the thing. But yeah, we love a good. Yeah, we're talking about the same person. I have a friend in Texas right now for work training, so she was in the path of totality also. Yeah, same friend. Yeah, I think a lot of tourists came. Yeah, I saw that there was going to be like more people in like, I forget what state it was. It was like Vermont or Maine or something, but like more people in the state at once than there had like ever been. Yeah, so it's funny what people will do just to see like a little space event, but it's also really cool. Like I get it. If I had the money to and the time to just like take off work and fly around and look at space shit, maybe I would, but I don't.
How much money do you have? Like 69 cents. You know what that means. I don't have enough money, for chicken
nuggets. So true, Charlie. I don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. But yeah, today we're doing more eggs. Isn't that super exciting? I got, I don't know, like 4 boxes of them or something. We probably won't open that many, but we have a lot of, oh, yeah. We have a lot of boxes to go through today. We're at 1,030, I think, or 1,130. 1,130. So we'll get to 1,200 today if we have to get that far. So, like, at a certain point, this has to end. Right? Like, this has to end at some point. Hopefully soon. Hopefully today. I have a decent feeling about today. I don't know if it's a good feeling, but it's a feeling. So hopefully we'll get it. All of those crying emojis are me. That is how I feel. I just want to start playing PLA, but I told myself I would do this hunt. So we're gonna do it, even if it fucking kills me. But yeah, Eclipse, eggs. Was there anything else I was gonna talk about? All of the announcements were last stream, you know, that we found a place and signed a lease and all that stuff. All that was last time. There's like nothing to announce today. Because everything got announced already. So I guess that's everything. I don't know. Alright, let's do some eggs. Oh. Where's my game? Hello? There it is. Lease officially done now, though. Yeah, that's true. We did get the lease, like, signed and sent back. So we officially have the place, even though we already had it. Yeah, last signature is on there, so... Let me see if I can, like... Let me do that. Okay. There we go. I was messing with my settings. Okay. All right. So here are the eggs that we have. So I need to release some of my polywags, but we're good for today. Oh my god. I'm being surrounded by dox buns. Okay. Let's go somewhere more interesting, because I always start in Medali, because that's where I go here to do the picnic. But let me mix it up and do something more interesting. Now we just need our lease here officially extended. Yeah, we need to hear back from our property manager about that, because we reached out and we were like, can we extend our lease until the day that we need to move? And she was like, yeah, you can. And then we haven't actually heard anything else yet. And I'm like, I assume it's fine because you said yes, but can we please get that in writing? We should email again or call. Yeah, if you could call her, Charlie, just to be like, hey, did you receive, like, the email from our roommate and from us? Like, have you received all the emails? And is it okay if we extend this? Because we need to know. Because the day that we need to move out is later than the day that our lease ended here. So we had to ask our current property manager if we could just extend it by like a week. And she said it was fine, but we haven't actually gotten it in writing. Like, because we're going to have to pay like a prorated rent for a week, which is fine. We knew that. But there has to be documentation that says we're doing it. Otherwise, we're still kicked out on the first. And then we wouldn't have anywhere to live for a week. I mean, we would, but, like, we wouldn't have anywhere to put all of our stuff. We would have to get, like, a storage unit or something, which is not ideal. So... let's see. I'm trying to, like... Ugh. Yeah, Charlie has a lot of... okay, there we go. My parents' basement is not ideal. Right, yeah, like, that's probably where we would end up. Which is, like, awesome that they would be willing to let us live there for a week, but also not really where I would like to live. I want to just move into our house. I think that that would be more fun. Also, I still don't know where we would put all of our fucking furniture, because then we would have to move twice in the span of, like, a week. Literally not ideal for anybody involved. Yeah, no. Not doing it. Not doing that. Them or us. Yeah. Like, again, I appreciate that your parents are willing to take me in because I am not their child, but also, I don't really want to live with them, and they probably don't want me to live with them. Alright, here we go. Egg number 1. Hydrate. I don't fucking have a Gatorade. Let me get one. Wouldn't have been great if the first one was shot. Oh, look at that frame! He's walking. Alright, let me get a Gatorade. BRB. Okay, I will hydrate. I am their child in a sense. I mean, I know that I would be like their child-in-law if we got married, but yeah, future child-in-law. But usually you don't expect your children-in-law to live with you. Usually, by the time that your child is old enough to be married, you just live by yourself. Alright. Let's hatch the rest of these eggs. Alright, number 2. This one decided to spawn in the pink void, so we'll see what comes of it. Normie. I know it's early, but I'm just like, can we get one? My parents lived with my dad's parents for a while when my mom was pregnant with me. Why? You probably don't have to put that in chat if it's for, like, reasons, but... Your parents lived with your dad's parents, but GG... Why? Were they just, like, waiting for a place? I mean, I guess your parents were really young when your mom was pregnant. My parents were, like, much older by the time they were pregnant with me. Alright. Between apartment and moving to the house. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My parents, I think, just got, like, an apartment when they were moving into our house. Because our house was being built. Our house hadn't been built yet. We are the only people to have ever lived in our house until the people that live there now. Which is so weird to think about, because that house was, like, built, not for us, but it was built for us to live there. And now there's, like, some other family in my house. It was for a couple months. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, it's easier than renting an apartment for a couple months if you can live with your partner's parents. I mean, like, it'd be easier than us having to get a storage unit or whatever. Oh. The shining counter isn't updating when I click it because I fucked it up. Okay, 1 second. This command... Alright, please hold. The command... that runs is not working because... Okay. Alright, 1 second. That's my bad. What? No, that's right. I think. Let me see. Okay. What had happened was I moved the document on accident that the polywag counter is in when I was like organizing some stuff on my computer, and I just like moved it on accident because it was in a folder with other stuff I was moving. So I made it so that that command was broken because it was based on the location of the document previously and not where it was now. But it's okay. I was counting in my head, so... Luckily, it was only the first 5 before I noticed. Like, if we had gotten... more than that, I would have had to actually, like, do math. Alright. Well, first 5 were loser eggs, but that's okay. Bonk! Yeah, literally. I'm just glad the chat is working, because I also broke the chat. When I was moving stuff around. I moved a folder containing a bunch of documents with my Twitch files in it, and most of them it didn't matter if they got moved, but it did in fact matter that I moved that one. Oh. Charlie. Gross. That is one thing. I think the fart command might also be broken. Because I didn't hear the sound. It might be that that file got moved also. Let me see. It's based on Twitch scenes fart MP4. Let's see if Twitch scenes fart MP... No, fart MP4 is there. Let me try it again. No. Why? That's the right file. Where is it routed? How many of my commands did I fuck up? Let me see. Oh, I heard it that time. Okay, I think it was just delayed. Okay, never mind. All is well. But while I'm here... You didn't hear it again? I heard it. Is the alerts broken? It shouldn't be. Let me see. Hold on. First, I need to make sure that the sound is being routed correctly into my ears. That's number 1. Okay, yes, the alerts are being routed correctly. Yeah, the default audio output should be routed correctly. I don't know. Because all it does is play a video. Charlie, you are farting up a storm right now. And then, yeah, play that chat message. So it plays the chat message fine. But for some reason the video doesn't play right. I wonder if it's the alert not going through. No, because it's on the alert endpoint. Which is correct. Because I only have 2, alert boxes. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that off stream, because I can hear it. So I don't know why you guys can't. You should be able to. Let me just refresh the alert. Maybe it's just that the alerts aren't going off at all. One sec. Alerts. Refresh. Okay, well, I refreshed the alerts, but I don't know why else it wouldn't be going off. Anyway, I got eggs to hatch, so I gotta drive. Oh! Did you hear it that time? You heard it that time. Yeah, it was just the alert hadn't refreshed. That was it. Okay. So I think what happened is the video had not been playing because it was in the wrong place, and then I didn't refresh the alert after I put the video in the right place. I'm so stinky, my bad. Yeah, you farted like 4 or 5 times, Charlie. Oh, I ran into a Ralts. My bad. Yeah, but dude is stinky as hell. Alright, here we go. Egg time. Now the counter will update, right? Yeah. Alright. It wasn't just in chat. Charlie. Oh my god. Don't share that with the class. Alright, we got normies. Oh my god. All this Taylor Swift keeps playing because of your playlist. Hold on. I gotta take some songs out of the queue here. It's all Imagine Dragons and Taylor Swift. Alright. Let me just... That's good. Which is fine, but I don't want the whole stream to just be Taylor Swift. Okay. Alright. We're back. We're back in action now. I fixed the problems. We're hatching eggs. This one's happening in, like, slow motion. I don't know if it's lagging or if it's shiny. Nope. I feel like I'm just going full odds at this point. Like, why is it taking so long? I haven't even hit half of what full odds is, and I'm like, it's going full odds. I just, like, if I have to hatch 2,000 eggs, I really think that's when I'm going to start losing it. Like, 1024 is like, haha, you went double odds, whatever, but... Yeah, you have their whole discographies on this playlist. It sounds like it. Alright. What are our guesses for today? Since I haven't made any. I guess, Charlie, your guess would be like 1148, right? I have a lot of full artist full discography. Yeah. That's what one of my playlists is like. It's just like 21 Pilots' entire discography. And then, like, Panic at the Disco's entire discography up until the point where it's just Brendan Urie. 1148. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. What are my guesses? I mean, 1169, certainly. Because that's a funny number. I already guessed 1124. And then 1111 didn't work out. I don't know. Because my 1123 would have been another guess, but that's already happened too. 12222. Yeah, that's a good guess, but we'll get to 1200 today. I guess we'll probably get to 1222. I don't know. It's hard when we're this high into the numbers. Like, I don't even know what to guess. I guess 1169 is my next guess. Charlie guesses 1148. I have 1169. Ava and Nix, if you guys have any guesses, drop them in the chat. I appreciate any input on getting a shiny egg, because so far we've had basically no luck at all. So, I mean, we've had a ton of shiny luck elsewhere. We caught a shiny Silicobra last time. We've gotten a shiny Murkrow, a shiny Wiglet, a shiny Lechonk. We've gotten a shiny Venomoth. We've gotten a shiny... Well, that didn't happen during the Masuda, I guess. But during the Masuda, we've gotten a ton of shiny Pokemon. None of which were shiny Poliwag. Like, this is getting absolutely ridiculous. And part of me is like, I never want to do a Masuda hunt ever again. And the other part of me is like, I know that I will have to do this again to get some of the shinies that I want. And I'm just like not ready for that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to guess 1225. That's a good guess, Nyx. I feel like I would also guess 1224 because that's like, first of all, 1225 is Christmas, so that's a good guess. 1224 is Christmas Eve, and then 1224 is also just like 24 is my lucky number, so I'll guess anything that has 24 in it, but 1225 is a good guess, for sure. Alright, let's see if it's this one. Nope. Texted me. Are you okay? I don't have a text. Oh, I do. Oh, thank God. Okay. Why did it say Arlington, Virginia? We don't live in Arlington. Oh, well. Okay. Prorated rent. All right. The email that Charlie just texted me a screenshot of an email, which is that we did get our lease extended for this place to do until the day we move. Oh, thank God. That was like the one thing we needed to fall into place. Okay. And the prorated rent is only like 1,000, so we would only have to pay 500 each, which is not bad. I mean, it's more than we would pay for half a month here, but that's okay. It just came in and I was like, thank fuck. Did you call Anna or did that just happen? That's funny. Okay. It just happened. Okay, perfect. Manifested it. Yeah, literally. Okay, that's perfect. That's such good news. We're not getting kicked out of our fucking apartment. Thank God. Because there was a little bit of a scuffle, you guys. I'm not going to lie. There was a little bit of drama. Like, nothing too crazy or anything, but our third roommate, we were friends with prior to them moving in because we didn't really want, like, a stranger to move in with us, especially since we have a dog and a cat. And we knew that they were dog and cat friendly, so that was good. And also they're queer, and they were actually part of an LGBTQ group on campus with me, which is how I met them. And, like, they were always super chill and, like, never really, like, caused any problems or anything. And living with them was fine. Like, we're the messy ones, me and Charlie. Like, we leave stuff everywhere. They don't really. I mean, they leave some stuff places, but, like, I'm one to talk. So, living with them has, like, never been a problem. They're super sweet to Mandy. They're nice to Leo. Like, their, like, biggest offense is probably that they, like, smoke cigars sometimes, which is fine. Like, they do it outside, so they're not doing it in the house. Charlie is definitely the messiest. Yeah, I'm usually pretty clean in shared spaces, but messy in my own space. But because we're living in a place where pretty much everything is a shared space, because it's either shared between me and Charlie or shared between all three of us, I, like, try to be pretty clean, but, like, Charlie just makes a mess, and then I make a mess because Charlie makes a mess. We'll try to keep our new house at least a little bit cleaner. ADHD and chronic illness. No, I know why it happens. It's just, like, my autism makes me clean, and my ADHD makes me messy. But anyway, like, they've always been totally fine to live with, and, like, really, there's never been a problem between us and them, other than, like I said, their biggest offense is, like, they smoke cigars, but they do it outside, so it literally doesn't matter. And then also they sometimes wear, like, cologne that is, like, a little bit, like, strong. Like, which is not... It's just because Charlie is, like, sensitive to smell. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, obviously, if you wear cologne, you wear cologne. But, like, that's just what I mean as far as, like, their biggest offense is something very small. My OCD is not the clean type. Yeah, Charlie is not the, like, everything has to be perfectly clean type of OCD. They're, like, the, I have to, like, turn the doorknob 3 times, kind of, or not 3. They would never do anything 3 times. 4 times. Kind of OCD. Or they have to tie the bracelets that we sell on our shop 8 times. You know, it's like, that's their fun little OCD habits. And Ew, 3. Yeah. I as soon as I said it, I heard it. 4 times. I'm so sorry. I like the number 3, despite it being an odd number, and I don't really like odd numbers. 3 is, like, okay in my book. 3 and 5 are okay in my book. Because 3 is, like, you get 3 wishes from a genie, or in comedy, there's a rule of 3s in comedy that a joke is funny the 3rd time if you repeat it. Like, twice, like, if you do the same bit twice, it'll land the 3rd time. What is happening over here? Oh, it's a person. I was like, what is that? Okay. And then in photography and film, there's also a different rule of 3rds, which is, like, and in painting and stuff, is that there's, like, if you take a grid, if you have, like, a painting or a photo, and then you break it into 3rds, both ways, you get 9 little squares, and you're supposed to put something in, like, the upper right 3rd or the middle left 3rd, depending on, like, what you're trying to put into focus. So in those instances, the number 3 is okay with me. I wouldn't want, like, the volume on the, like, TV to be at, like, 23. It would have to be at 24. But in some instances, I'm okay with the number 3. Charlie's not. Charlie hates the number 3. I also prefer even numbers to odd numbers. So Charlie and I are luckily the same on that. And then I also prefer solids to stripes in pool. I, like, almost cannot play with stripes. And then 5 is okay because it goes into 10. So 5 and 5 is 10. So that's okay with me because if you were, like, setting the volume on something, it could be set to 25, or it could be set to, like, 30, you know? And I usually don't like setting it on, like, an off number. Charlie's saying, ew, 5, yeah. I don't like 7. 7 is pretty much never okay. I know that some people is like, oh, 7's my lucky number, or 7 this, or 7 that. No. And I'm not okay with 3 on the end of anything. Like, I'm not okay with 13 or 23. Just 3. Only 3 by itself. But 5 is okay. I don't like 7. I don't like 9. But I like even numbers. 3 and 7 are worse than 5. 5 is the best, then 3, then 9, then 7, I think. Because at least 9 is divisible by 3. 7 is a prime number, so 7 sucks. Because it's not divisible by anything. Five, 9, 3, 7. That's fair. Yeah, anyway, sorry, that was, like, a total tangent from what I was talking about. But what I was talking about was, like, the little bit of drama. So, like I said, the quote-unquote worst part of living with our roommate is, like, sometimes they wear cologne that we don't like, or they smoke cigars. Which neither of which are, like, that offensive. But so, when we figured out that we were gonna move out, it was kind of a conversation that we had to have with our roommate, which was like, are we moving out or are we not moving out, basically? Because the 3 of us are all signed on a lease here. And so we were like, if we want to move out, we need to make sure that we're not, like, hanging them high and dry. And if they want to move out, we need to make sure that they're not hanging us high and dry. Like, we want to know that we're all moving out or we're all staying here. Not like one of us is staying and the other 2 are leaving, or 2 of us are staying and the other one is leaving. Like, we didn't want anything like that. So our roommate texted us a couple of days prior to the day that we needed to give our 60-day notice to our landlord, which I would have appreciated maybe a little bit more notice, but it was okay. And they were like, I'm not extending the lease, I'm moving out. And we were like, okay, that's fine. We kind of assumed you were going to. Because they're graduating, they're not from here. There's really no reason for them to stay unless they have a job or, you know, whatever. But there's also other people they could live with, or they could just, you know, want a different place or need to be in a different place. So, like, we kind of expected they would move out when they graduated. Because that's kind of like what you do. So they texted us a couple days prior to the day that we needed to let our landlord know whether or not we were staying or leaving. And they were like, hey guys, I'm not renewing my lease, you know, but if you want to or if you need to, we can extend the lease until June 1st because the place I am looking at is not available until June 1st. So maybe we can extend the lease until then. And at the time, the place that Charlie and I were looking at was available prior to May 1st. I think it was available like April or May. And so we were like, we don't know if we want to extend our lease here until June because the place that we're looking at is available in April and we don't want to have to pay like double rent for a month, right? Like that would be like a lot. So we said we would rather like not if you can figure something out, but if you can't get into your place until June 1st, like obviously like we'll figure it out. Like we're willing to do it if you need us to, but they said they had a backup plan, and that there was a friend that they could live with or something in the meantime. So we were like, okay, well if you have a backup plan, why don't we just leave it as is? So we emailed our landlord and we were like, we're going to be out May 1st. And then we found our place that we signed the lease for, and it's not available until the middle of May, which was unexpected. And so we texted our roommate and we said, hey, our lease actually at our new place does not start until May, like middle of May. Would you be okay with us extending the lease until then? You're not willing. What's the word I'm looking for? You're welcome to stay that extra week if you need it, because we know that your place isn't available till June. Or if you don't want to stay, then we'll pay the rent, just the two of us, and you don't have to worry about it. Like, we weren't forcing them to stay. We were just letting them know that we need to stay and that we needed to, the outbreak of Bellsprout. And we were just like letting them know that we do need to stay and that we're extending our lease. But we're totally willing to pay their portion of the rent if that's what needs to happen. And they were like, no, I'm not staying. I already made, my plan. I'm moving out April, whatever. I'm not extending the lease. And we were like, okay, yeah, no worries. We'll pay and extend our portion. Whatever. So we emailed our landlord and she was like, I do need all three of you to sign off on extending the lease because their name is on it. They don't have to stay or nothing, but they have to agree to the lease extension. So we texted them and we were like, hey, we know that you don't want to extend your lease, but are you okay emailing our landlord and telling her that we need to extend our lease because otherwise she won't accept our extension? And they were like, no, I told you guys that I'm not extending my lease and I'm not going to sign anything that says that I am. I already have my place. I already signed the lease with them. I'm not going to, sign for an extension. And we were like, okay, but if you don't sign, we can't live here for the week that we need to. So can you please sign it and we will cover the rent? And they were like, I'm not paying anything. And we were like, we are not asking you to, actually. Oh, yeah, I just got the email too. We were like, we are not asking you to. We're just letting you know, like, this is our situation. And then they were like, okay, but I thought you guys said the place you were looking at was available in April, so why is it suddenly not available until May 10th? And we were like, well, because it's a different place. But also, we didn't know. I mean, how could you know 60 days prior to moving in somewhere where you're going to live? Like, we were looking at places. We hadn't found anything. And they were just like, well, I was under the impression that everybody was going to be out May 1st. And I was like, we were also under that impression. However, situations have changed. We are asking you if you will let us not be homeless for a week. Thank you. And they were like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm worried about my current place. you know, this affecting my, like, my rental history or my credit score? Like, if I don't pay the rent, am I going to get in trouble? And we were like, I mean, no, because we agreed to split the rent 3 ways, but it doesn't say in the lease that I pay a third, Charlie pays a third, and our third roommate pays a third. Like, that's not written into the lease. We could live here and Charlie pays all the rent and the other 2 of us are just freeloaders. Like, it's not, like, written into the lease. So we were like, no, just, like, don't pay. We're gonna cover it. Like, trust us, we'll cover it. And they were like, well, what if they charge me anyway? And I was like, well, just take your credit card out and they can't charge you. But even if they did charge you anyway, we would just pay you back. Like, and they're like, okay, because I don't have the money to pay for this place when I'm already paying for my new place. And we were like, yeah, we know. Like, we also have to pay for our new place as well. We are in the same situation, but we are paying the rent. Don't worry about it. And so this just kind of like went back and forth for a little bit, and they got kind of like mad at us. And then I was getting frustrated with them for being mad at us for something that wasn't our fault. And, like, it was weird. It was, like, the biggest fight, or really, like, one of the only fights we've ever had. I think we've had, like, maybe one other fight as a group of roommates over something that was, like, smaller. And I was like, why are we... The other fight we had was over the kitchen light, actually. That was kind of silly. I'll talk about that in a second. But, yeah, it was just really weird that they, like, that conversation got hostile over, like, something, like, I don't know, avoidable, I guess? Like, I understand that us asking to extend the lease when they weren't expecting us to is a big ask, but also, like, we're backed into a corner here with the place that we're moving into, not letting us get in until, like, the middle of May, and our current lease ending on May 1st. So it's like, if we have no other option, it's kind of the nice thing to do to just be like, yeah, of course. Like, I don't want you guys to be homeless. I will sign that extension for you. Anyway, they did end up signing it, and obviously we just got the email that it's okay. But it was, like, really weird that they were fighting us on it. I don't like fights and people being upset with me. Yeah, Charlie is not confrontational. I am confrontational. And I was like, what are we talking about right now? I was like, just sign the damn thing. Like, I didn't want to be mean about it. Like, I didn't want to be rude to them because, like, I understand that I understand their perspective. Like, they are probably in the right in their mind. But I was like, just sign it. Like, whatever happens is gonna be okay. Like, I understand having anxiety because, like, God knows I do too. And I would probably be worried about the same thing if it was like, oh, well, you know, what if it accidentally charges me? Like, I don't have that kind of money. Sounds unnecessarily complicated. Yeah, and I was like, don't worry, like, if it does accidentally charge you for any reason, like, we will pay you back. Like, we don't expect you to pay rent if you're not going to live here for the week. Like, we know that we are extending the lease kind of against your will. We would never make you pay for that. So it was weird that it started a fight, and it made us super uncomfortable because we didn't know that we were going to start a fight. And also, they're not here right now, so this conversation was all happening over text. And we were like, oh, we were under the impression that your new place wasn't available until June, so we thought the extension would be okay with you. We didn't think you were moving out until May 1st. When are you moving out? And they didn't answer. And then later in the conversation, we asked again. We were like, wait, sorry, what day are you moving out? And they just avoided the question again. And we were like, it's okay to, like, if you don't know, just be like, oh, I don't know exactly what day yet. But why are you, like, avoiding the question? It was so weird. I don't know why it was happening. Yeah, I don't know. It was so weird. I don't know. But they actually have been gone for, like, a week and have not come home. And they didn't really tell us where they were going or how long they'd be gone. They just texted us that they were going to leave. All they said was prior to May 1st several times. Yeah, because we were under the impression that we were all moving out on May 1st originally. That we were all getting places that would be available May 1st, or that their place was available June 1st, but they had a plan to stay with somebody for a month. So because our lease here ends May 1st, I was under the assumption that we were all moving out on May 1st until we ended up signing a lease that wasn't available till the middle of May. So I understand why they were under the impression that we were moving out on May 1st, because we were under the impression that they were moving out on May 1st. And then they were like, actually, I'm moving out in April. And we were like, okay, April when? It's April now, so April when? Because also, some of our furniture is in their room. We have extra furniture because Kat used to live with us, and Kat didn't have any furniture because she came here from California, and, like, why would she bring furniture with her? So Kat bought, like, a desk and a chair, and we have a bookshelf and a TV in there, which we told them they could use because we didn't need it. But we're like, hey, that's our furniture, so obviously we need that back. When are you moving out? Like, you know? And they just didn't answer that question. It was really weird. And they still haven't come home, and they left, like, last Monday, so... But their stuff is still here. I don't know what's going on. It's very weird. The whole situation is freaking me out. But I'm choosing not to worry about it because we finally got the email that it's okay for us to stay here. Very weird, I know, right? Like, and I'm not saying this to, like, shit on our roommate. They're a really nice person, and I'm sure they were just stressed about the lease extension and everything, and just, like, got a little aggressive for no reason. But, like, I'm just... like, I think we're all stressed because moving is very stressful inherently. So again, like, this is not to shit on them or anything. Like, we're friends, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, we're friends and we should not live together. Like, if we want to stay friends, we need to not live together. Because they say that sometimes. They're like, don't move in with your best friend, or you know, you won't stay friends. Me and my best friend Kai moved in together into our first dorm freshman year. And we would have survived that as friends, and we did technically, like, we've come back from it now. But we would have survived that as friends if it wasn't for just a series of unfortunate events that took place our freshman year, including somebody who lived on our floor literally dying, and then COVID hitting right after that. Freshman year, one of the girls that lived on our floor died, like, literally died. And that was the end of January, and then COVID hit beginning of March. So that combination of things really put a wedge between me and Kai, because a lot of shit happened. I can't get into it. But they ended up dating this girl who turned out to be, like, mega emotionally abusive. And, like, she came in at a really bad time because me and Kai were mourning this girl that we knew that lived on our floor that we saw every day who died. And we had to move out of our room because her room was next to our... It was a whole thing. So, like, we were going through a lot emotionally at the time. And then this girl basically, like, slid into Kai's DMs and is like, hey, I know that you're depressed right now because that girl you knew died. Why don't I start dating you and then ruin your fucking life? So this terribly, horribly, emotionally abusive girl starts dating them and basically tries to cut them off from everyone that they're friends with, including me. She was actually super jealous of me, which I didn't know at the time and didn't find out until later, after Kai and I started talking again. Because again, she totally cut Kai off from me, so it wasn't like Kai's decision. Oh, a mass outbreak of Corellia. Hello. So, like, it wasn't Kai's decision to stop talking to me, which is why I'm saying we would have survived this if it wasn't for everything that had happened, because COVID made it very easy for her to isolate them, because we didn't see each other every day, and we didn't live with each other anymore because we had gone home for COVID and not come back. So, yeah, this girl basically cuts them off from everybody, including me, and apparently she was super jealous of me because I had been friends with Kai since middle school. So I know a lot about them. I know them very well. We have inside jokes. Like, we have years and years and years and years of history that she obviously does not have with Kai, as they met in college, which does not make her relationship with them any less valid if that were how she was actually feeling. Why will it not let me climb up here? That's broken. Hello? Let me up. Oh, maybe I'm just, like, at the edge of the world, and that's why it won't let me up there. But yeah, anyway. I don't want to get too much into that because that's like Kai's personal life. But anyway, she was basically like, I don't want you hanging out with Ty because they, like, I'll never be as close with you as they are because they know you better than me, and that makes me uncomfortable, so I don't want you to talk to them. Like, that's literally, that was what she said. And I was like, huh? Because Kai and I have no romantic feelings for each other. We never have, never will. We've never felt that way about each other. We've always just been friends. Even though we're both gay and we're both non-binary and whatever, we have never, ever in our lives ever felt that way about each other. So she wasn't even jealous of me as like a romantic threat. Just that I had known them longer, and she felt like that made her inferior, which is obviously an insecurity she needs to fucking work through in therapy. That's wild. Yeah, I know. It was so weird, because it's like, Charlie and I, for instance, have not known each other as long as I've known Kai, and I don't feel for a second that I needed to know Charlie longer to know them any better. Like, I mean, listen, I would have loved to know Charlie when I was younger. Charlie and I absolutely would have been friends in high school. You know those posts where girls are like, my boyfriend said we would have been friends in high school, but he looked like this and I looked like this. And it's like he played football and she was in band and she had braces and he was like ripped. And people are like, I think it's cute that you think that we would be friends in high school. But Charlie and I were both in the same circle in high school. Like, we would have been friends in high school, Charlie and I. Absolutely. Like, if we had known each other. We totally would have been friends in high school. Exactly. Because we're the same exact brand of nerd. Like, we totally would have been friends if we had been in the band together, which we would have been if this was a universe where we both went to the same high school. We both would have been in band, and we totally would have been friends. So I, like, of course I would have loved to know Charlie. I would have loved to know Charlie their whole life, right? But I don't think that I need to have known Charlie their whole life to feel like I know them and am close with them. Like, I feel very close with Charlie because we've been dating for like 2.5 years and we've known each other for 3. Like, yeah, I'm not jealous of Kai or B or anything. Yeah, because I have 2 friends that I'm still pretty close with that I've known since elementary or middle school, Kai and B. And Charlie is friends with both of those people. Like, I've introduced them to B and I've introduced them to Kai, and I was like, these are 2 people that I've known my whole life. And Charlie is like, awesome, cool. And I've met people that Charlie has known their whole life, like their friend Mika and their friend Ava. So, like, why would I be threatened by people that Charlie is friends with that they don't have romantic feelings for? Like, it's insane. That was an insane thing. And then for her to isolate them from me completely was crazy. So that had nothing to do with us living together as much as it had to do with everything else in the world that was going on. So I don't totally believe in the don't move in with your best friend or you'll hate each other thing, because Kat and I moved in together and we're still best friends, and Charlie and I moved in together and we're still dating. So, like, don't get me wrong, I totally believe it can happen. People who think that they're good together move in with each other and then realize that there's like some quirk or habit that their partner or best friend has that they never would have noticed if they didn't live together, and it turns out that they hate it, you know? Like, I totally believe that happens. I just don't think it's as much of a threat as people think it is, because, like, you can just communicate out of that situation. Depends on the people, for sure. Like, Charlie certainly does things that I don't like, and I certainly do things that they don't like, but we just communicate, like, hey, you know, because a post I saw on Tumblr a long time ago that has really resonated with me, which is, I don't know why it really resonated with me, but I think that it's true on a deeper level than probably what the person who made the post intended. But it said, living with somebody is finding out what their parents think goes in the fridge. And that could not be more fucking true. Because living with Charlie, I'm like, okay, do we put this in the fridge or in the pantry? And they're like, I don't know, my parents always put that in the fridge. And I'm like, I don't think my parents ever put that in the fridge. Like, I think maple syrup is an example. I don't think my family keeps maple syrup in the fridge. I think we keep it in the pantry. But Charlie keeps maple syrup in the fridge. All because it's like, that's what our parents put into the fridge. Or put into the pantry, right? Like, it's just what your parents think needed to be, because you just develop wherever your parents kept stuff in the kitchen is probably where you keep stuff. Yeah, we kept tortillas in the fridge. But yeah, Charlie also puts their bread in the fridge, but that's because they're gluten-free. So it's like normal bread doesn't go in the fridge, but gluten-free bread apparently does. I don't know why. But yeah, so I feel like not only is living with somebody finding out what their parents think goes in the fridge, it'll go bad if I don't. Yeah, no, I know. But it's also just finding out in general what your partner has, or friend, or whoever you're living with, has developed from their parents. Because it's like, you know, it's all kinds of habits and all kinds of things that, you know, like how they brush their teeth, right? Like, do they put water on the toothbrush and then toothpaste and then water on the toothpaste after? Like, you know, it's like things like that are just like little quirks that you just like learn about somebody when you move in with them. And some of them are more offensive than, you know, putting syrup in the fridge or putting water on your toothbrush after you put the toothpaste on it. Yeah, I don't like that Charlie puts water on their toothbrush after the toothpaste, because I don't do that. Because it's already wet. Why would I doesn't need more water. But like, we're not gonna fight over that. Like, they can do their toothbrush however they want to do their toothbrush. No, I put water, toothbrush, water, toothpaste, brush your teeth. You don't need to put water onto the toothpaste because it's already wet. Am I wrong for that? I don't know. Anyway, my point is, we're not going to fight over that. We're just, like, you know, anything bigger than that, like, oh, you know, the way that you do the dishes, or, you know, things like that are what toothbrush, water, toothpaste, water. Water must go on after the toothpaste. No, it mustn't. Who says that it has to go on after? But yeah, like, I totally believe that there are people that can end up hating each other after living together, but I saw a post a long time ago that made me so sad. It was somebody who was meeting their was meeting their internet best friend for the first time. Their internet best friend had like flown out or driven out to come meet them, and they were staying at their house for a week. And they realized when they met their internet best friend in person and lived with them for a week that they didn't like them anymore. Like, living with their internet best friend for a week made them realize they don't like them. Okay, I'm off. My count is off. Hold on. How many boxes have I opened? 1, 2... I've opened 2 boxes? I think? Because I had 1, 2, 3, 4... I haven't quite opened 2 boxes. This is my second box. So I opened this. So this is 40, 50, 60... Yeah, so I'm behind a couple. Ugh. Ugh. I'm actually behind quite a few. Okay. There we go. The two of us and Kat lived together well. Yeah, we all meshed really well. We would eat the same foods, and we generally had the same ideas about cleanliness and things like that. So we didn't really have to worry about anybody like getting into huge fights. Like, the biggest quote-unquote fight that me and Kat ever had about living together wasn't even a fight as much as it was her giving me a single criticism and then me completely blowing it out of proportion and then, like, crying about it. Where I had made, like, nachos or a tortilla with cheese or something that involved putting shredded cheese on it, or, like, a baked potato or something. And I had just gotten shredded cheese, like, everywhere, just, like, all over the counter. And I had tried to get it off, but I guess I left, like, a few shreds of shredded cheese. And so Kat was like, why is there always shredded cheese everywhere? Can there not be shredded cheese everywhere? And I was like, my bad, homie. And like, and she was just saying, like, can we clean up after ourselves, right? Which is a valid thing to ask. But I did take that shit personally. And I was like, she hates me because I leave shredded cheese everywhere. So then I was just like hyper vigilant about cleaning up shredded cheese after I used it for like the rest of the time she lived here. Rejection sensitive dysphoria at its finest. Yeah, it's because I'm autistic and I took that as a rejection. I thought she was gonna hate me if I ever left shredded cheese on the counter again. I thought she was gonna never speak to me again. Which is obviously not the case. Because that would be stupid. But that is definitely what my brain was thinking at the time. And then the other thing about our current roommate that I was going to mention and then I forgot was so Leo, his crate is in the living room. And there's like a hallway between here and the living room where there's like the kitchen and then the hallway and then our bedroom and then this room. And when we let Leo out, sometimes we end up turning on the kitchen light to grab, you know, food or whatever, or the hallway light, or also there's a light in the closet. There's like a walk-in closet in the hallway where we keep some of Mandy's food and stuff like that, and sometimes that light we turn on. And we let Leo out pretty late at night, like after midnight. And so they texted us, and this conversation had never come up before. But they texted us and they were like, can you guys please stop leaving the fucking light on? Like, I have to get up in the middle of the night, sometimes multiple times to turn that light off, and it pisses me off so fucking bad. Like, you guys are waking me up by leaving this light on, and it makes me so angry. Please turn it off. And we were like, we didn't even know that was happening. And then we were like, yeah, of course we'll turn it off. Like, we're so sorry. We didn't realize we were waking you up with the light. But, like, that conversation had never come up before. We didn't know that was something that was happening or something that was making them angry. And then all of a sudden, they're like, I can't believe you guys keep doing this. And I'm like, how could we stop doing it if we didn't know that we were doing it in the first place? Because we have ADHD. We'll forget that the light is on at all. You know? I'm like, I will not stop doing something if I have not been asked to stop. That's something with, like, being autistic is, like, I need specific instruction from people. Like, I will not take the hint that something is pissing you off. I've had friends do this all the time. They're like, I just figured you would, like, take the hint that was annoying to me. And I'm like, how? What hint? I'm autistic. Like, that's what happened with fucking girl streamer who hates me, was she expected me to take a hint, and I, autistic, did not take the hint that she was dropping for me, and then she banned me from her chat. And I was like, cool, I really wish that you had communicated with me that you were uncomfortable instead of just dropping hints that I didn't get. So, anyway, now I'm hyper-vigilant about leaving that light on at night because I'm scared that my roommate will yell at us. Okay, so it wasn't 11:69. That's a bummer. Okay. What's it gonna be? Not shiny. Boo! Ugh. Okay. It's fine. Alright. Well, we're halfway through the second box. One of these has to be shiny at some point, right? Like, I keep checking them, and I'm like, did I just miss a shiny? And I just don't know about it? No? Okay. Alright, next batch. Whee! Okay. Oh, this, like, little festival, the Kitakami, like, little festival thing with the masks. So, it's April, as you guys may know. And so not every April, because I haven't done it the last couple of years, but like every other April or so, I will do my annual or biannual, I guess, rewatch of Your Lie in April, which is one of my absolute favorite animes. It's fucking heartbreaking and terrible and amazing. If you haven't seen it, I cannot recommend an anime any more than I can recommend this one. It, especially if you're like anybody who ever played music or you're like a musician of any kind, or if you just really like music, especially like piano and violin and stuff like that, like classical music. Literally cannot recommend that show enough. It's so fucking good. And it's so devastating. I loved Your Lie in April. Good, I'm glad. Charlie says I love it so far. I'm glad. I'm forcing Charlie to watch it with me. Because the fact that they haven't seen it is just a crime because it's so fucking good. And it's like, and you just have to watch it in April. It's like, you have to. You know, it's just one of those things. But we just got to the part in the show where they go to the little festival with the masks. And I hadn't obviously played this game the last time that I saw that show. So I was like, oh, it's like the festival in Kitakami with the masks. But yeah, Charlie and I have been watching Your Lie in April. Since so much of our house is packed up, we're like starting to like pack up like TVs and things like that. We, instead of using the TV, have been using I have a little projector, like a miniature projector, and I pointed it up at the ceiling, so we've been watching Your Lie in April projected onto the ceiling, and it's like, it's been so nice. We've just been able to lay in bed and like look up at the ceiling and watch it. I'm also terrified because I know it gets rough from here. Devastatingly beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that is a bummer about Charlie going into it is they know already what happens. Like, they know how it ends. Or at least they know, like, the major plot point of, like, spoilers for Your Lie in April, I guess. Like, the major character death that happens in Your Lie in April. Charlie already knows about that. So it's a little bit less exciting to watch them watch it because they already know like the big thing that happens, but it's still devastating to experience it, and I don't think they know the ins and outs of what happens when insert major character dies. So I'm hoping they'll still just be crushed by it even though they know it's coming. But yeah. It's one of those animes, like, I don't cry at much. Like, I don't usually cry watching movies or like reading books or things like that. But every once in a while, something will get me, and Your Lie in April is one of those fucking somethings. I will sob watching that anime. And like La La Land is another one. Like, ultimately, things that end up being my quote-unquote like favorite show, favorite movie, favorite anime are the ones that made me feel so strongly that I did cry. I don't cry much for shows either, but this one made me sob for like an hour exactly, because La La Land is my favorite movie, and that's one of the only movies that has ever made me cry like a baby. I cried at the ending like I've never cried at anything before, and Your Lie in April was the exact same way. I cried like a fucking baby when it happened. I was like absolutely fucking devastated, and I think I knew that it was coming too, but like, because I think I had already been like told what happens, but I was still just like bawling my eyes out. And yeah, Charlie cries at everything. Like, me and Nyx, like, we don't cry at much, but Charlie will cry over anything for any reason ever. So I expect them to fully sob. If I fully sobbed, they're gonna fully sob. So if you want to fully sob your eyes out, Your Lie in April is the show for you. Okay, I have an ad coming up in like a minute, so I'm gonna run that ad, and then I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes after the ad. So grab something to drink, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, walk your pet fish, and enjoy the ads. Okay. All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed the ad. Or if you didn't get ads, I hope you enjoyed the BRB screen. Okay. I changed locations because I got bored of where I was, so now we're over here. Oh. This Golduck is just swimming into the wall. Okay. Oh, a little Vaporeon. Hello. Alright. Yeah, so we made it to 1180. I feel like I have not been paying attention, but we hatched 50 eggs. I don't remember hatching 50 eggs, but we did. Didn't mean to run into this goat here. Hello. Okay. Let's see. Boop. Alright, so what is our next guess? I mean, 1188 is one. We got past 1169. What else? 11. Yeah, I guess just 1224 would be my next guess, and then 1225 is Nyx's guess. Or 1222, I guess, would also be good. 222, 224, 225, all good guesses. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be one of them. 1188 is Charlie's guess. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, well, that'll be coming up relatively soon. 1200. Yeah, 1200 is a solid guess, too. Okay. It's like orange in the sky right now. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Cliff. I don't want to go off the cliff, I guess. It won't let me up. Okay, there we go. We'll go down here. Speaking of devastatingly beautiful, this fucking song. Tyler Joseph had the audacity to put this on the notebook he posted on Twitter for, like, potential set list for the Clancy tour. I was like, no fucking way you'll play Ruby. Like, no fucking way you'll play that song. Okay. All right. One sec. Sorry, I had to do something gross. So I didn't want you guys to see. Okay. There was like something like in my nose. Okay. No, I would not like to give Poliwag a nickname. Okay. But yeah, he put like a couple songs from Regional at Best in the bottom corner of the photo, and it was like, you know, songs I might play on the Clancy tour, and Anathema was one of them, and anybody who fucking knows me knows that Anathema is my favorite 21 Pilot song of all time. I'm choking. So if they played Anathema, I would literally drop dead in the middle of the arena. Like, that would be it for me. That would be my last day on this earth. And it would be worth it. I would have died doing what I loved. Listening to Anathema by 21 Pilots. But this song is a crazy pick. Because it's about like a little girl with Down syndrome that went to their church. Like, this song is devastating. But also, speaking of fucking new music and shit, Clancy comes out on the 17th of May, and Billie Eilish just announced that her song comes out, or her new album comes out on the 17th of May. And I was like, what? Because, first of all, hold on. One second. Okay. Sorry. My brain... I had a thought, and then I had another thought overlap that thought, and then my brain stopped working. But yeah, so now Billie Eilish's album and 21 Pilots album are gonna have to fight for the, like, #1 spot on the fucking chart, which is sad, because I love them both, but I am going to be listening to 21 Pilots over Billie. Like, I'm gonna listen to both, obviously, but... It's like how Taylor Swift, everyone had this, like, theory that she was gonna do a double album drop and that she'll, like, do both albums at the same time. But the idea is that she won't do that because then both albums wouldn't be able to hit #1, because they would be released in the same week. So, and she wants all of her albums, because if Debut TV, as we assume that it will, hits #1 on the Billboard chart, every single one of her albums, in one way or another, will have hit #1, because Debut didn't originally hit #1, obviously, and I think neither did, like, a couple of her other albums. But now that she's released Taylor's versions of all of her albums, except for Debut and Reputation, it would mean that Debut would get a #1 that it never got, and that the rest of her albums would get #1s. So that's why people think she would never release Debut at the same time as another album, because I assume she wants her debut album to hit #1 on the chart, which it never would have done before. But who's to say? Okay. But yeah. Billie Eilish. Her new album looks like a little bit of a return to form, which I'm excited about, because her last album was, like, good, but it was like, it's like the Scaled and Icy of Billie Eilish's music. It's like, it's good, but it's, like, very different than the rest of her stuff. So it seems like her new album looks like a little bit of a return to form for her, which is good, because When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go is, like, my favorite Billie album. So if we get a return to form with Clancy and a return to form with Billie, that'll be very interesting. Yeah, the Tortured Poets Department... Tortured Poets... The Dead Poets Society... The Tortured... Whatever. Comes out, soon as well, April 19th. Oh, that is very soon. Wait, that's very soon, Charlie. That is, like, next week. That's, like, 10 days from now. But everyone is, you know, very much anticipating Taylor's new album and wondering, what is that going to be for her? Because Midnight's was her return to form after going off form very much with Folklore and Evermore. So she's already returned to form. But Tortured Poets Department has the aesthetic of Folklore, but it's listed as a synth pop album, which is what 1989 is and what Midnight's is partially. So is it going to sound like Midnight's but look like Folklore, or sound like 1989 and look like Folklore? Because that doesn't make a lot of sense. It would be weird. But it's called Poets Department, which in my head means it's going to be a poetic album, which would be something like Folklore, because Folklore is like a poetic album. So what is she doing? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like the album or not. If it's going to sound like Folklore, I'm probably not going to like it. If it's going to sound like 1989 or Midnight's, I probably will. Ugh, I tried so hard not to run into him. But either way, this is gonna be, like, we thought Midnight's was the Joe breakup album, which it definitely is. But now Tortured Poets Department is like the Joe breakup album now that we know about it. Like, now that we know she and Joe are broken up, because we didn't know that when she released Midnight's, but now we know that. And, like, she's being very obvious about it. Like, one of the songs is like Goodbye London or something. I will like it either way, probably. Right. I mean, I'll definitely listen to it either way, and I am going to be excited about her dragging Joe, regardless of what style she's doing it in. Like, if she's dragging Joe in 1989 style, great. If she's dragging Joe in folklore style, also great. As long as she's dragging Joe, I don't really care. To quote H.D. Hayes, Joe found dead in a ditch. And he's gonna be found dead in a ditch. Some of the titles that she released, like the one that was like Goodbye London or something, and some of the other titles that are very obviously referencing her breakup with Joe, I'm like, we're gonna get tea, because You're Losing Me was like tea when that came out. Like when You're Losing Me came out, everybody was like, oh my god, tea. Right? Like, because we had at that point found out that she and Joe had broken up, but we didn't really know the details. And You're Losing Me was like the first glance, besides all of Midnight's, into what that breakup really looks like why they broke up and what was going on. So I feel like Tortured Poets Department is going to pull back the curtain completely. Like, because we've been able to gather what we think was going on after, like, if you listen to Lover after listening to You're Losing Me, you're totally looking at it through a completely different lens, right? And obviously Taylor is looking at Lover through a different lens now than she was when she wrote it. Track 3, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Yeah. That's concerning, right? But she released the 5 playlists just recently. She made 5 playlists of all of her music. Track 5, yeah. And it's famously, her track 5s are devastating, right? Like, the order she puts her tracks in is apparently very specific. And, like, every track 5 is apparently, like, particularly devastating. So, to make So Long London a track 5 is, people are worried about that, right? Let me see. All these are fucking Taylor Swift songs coming up. Okay, here's a Fall Out Boy. Oh, I went too far. Okay. But what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so she made those 5 playlists that were the 5 different stages of grief, which is depression, anger, bargaining, acceptance, and whatever the fucking 5th one is. Depression, anger, bargaining. What's the 5th stage of grief? Whatever. Well, the 5th one is acceptance, but what's the one I'm missing? Track 11, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. Right, yeah. Either way, she released these 5 playlists that are all titled with one of the different stages of grief. And, oh, denial. It's denial, depression, anger, bargaining, acceptance. Track 14, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Yeah. Joe is very fucking small, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so the Denial playlist ended up including a lot of Lover, including Lover itself, the title track. Which, now that I know that she and Joe had broken up, I immediately clocked that. I immediately realized that Lover is a little bit haunting if you listen to it after you know what happened. Because if you first listen to Lover with no context, you're like, oh, what a beautiful song. She's gonna marry this guy. She loves him. They must be so in love. She made this whole album called Lover. They must be so in love. And then if you look back on it, it's like, no. She was, like, fighting for her fucking life, hoping that he was the one. After she had been through so much, she was clinging on to the idea of him, hoping that he would be the one for her, only to find out that he didn't, you know. Paper Rings is all about, I would marry you if you proposed to me with a paper ring. Like, I don't need diamond rings. I don't need fancy things. it's very much like Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles. It's like, I don't need no diamond rings, but, you know, that, like, the concept of I would love you for you no matter what, no matter if you're poor, because Joe is, like, notoriously poor, right? Like, and then we find out in You're Losing Me that he didn't want to marry her at all. And they were together for, like, 6 years. So that's disgusting. I want to marry Charlie already, and we haven't even been together half that. Like, disgusting that he didn't want to marry her. Like, how do you, you know, how do you stay with somebody if you don't feel that way about them? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's awful with context. Awful isn't beautiful and devastating. Yeah. So, her putting Lover onto the denial playlist made perfect sense to me. I was like, that is somebody who's in fucking denial. Like, that is somebody who fucking thinks that they're gonna be with this guy forever and that, like, oh, nothing could go wrong. And in fact, everything went wrong. She did?
She was closed in there.
How did she get in there? I opened it for a second to get a shirt out, and I made sure that she wasn't in there. Oh my god, no wonder she wasn't in here, because she was in there.
At this door, so I was about to message you and be like,
oh my god.
I think Mandy wants in, and then the closet door busted open.
Oh my god. I made sure she didn't go in there when I opened the door to get my shirt out. I, like, double-checked that she didn't go in.
Since then.
I don't know how she got in. I opened the door, got out a shirt, closed the door. Like, I don't know how she ended up in there.
In there.
What?
Well, she was in there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's her own fault for fucking going in there when she's not allowed in our fucking closets. Because she likes to shit in my fucking laundry. So I don't let her in there anymore. But anyway, yeah, I feel like Taylor's new album is really gonna pull back the curtain on the relationship, and Lover's gonna be even worse than it was before.
Yeah, and Lover and Midnights are already, like, haunting.
Yeah, and like Evermore, doesn't she have that one song that's like Tolerated or whatever?
Tolerated.
Like that whole thing is like, you know, he tolerates me.
Threw blankets over my barbed wire.
Yeah, and then it's like he actually didn't tolerate her, apparently. So I feel like we're gonna see more of the red flags now that she's realizing what they were. Yeah, because it's the kind of thing where she, of course, was looking through rose-colored glasses, so she didn't realize the red flags were red. But now that she has broken up with him and is with Travis Kelce, and maybe realizes some of the red flags looking back on Joe, this album is going to be like, oh, you were actually fucking terrible. I don't know if Tortured Poets Department is going to have, if it's, like, I don't know how finished the album was when she and Travis started dating. Like, I don't know if there's an opportunity for any of the songs on Tortured Poets Department to be about Travis Kelce.
The Travis album about their relationship will be after.
Right. Like, anything about Travis, about their relationship will be, like, after they break up or after Tortured Poets Department if they're still together.
Tortured Poets Department rep, debut, or maybe debut and then rep.
Yeah.
After, and then another new album.
Yeah, so after she does debut and rep and releases another album, whatever TS, 12 will be, we'll probably find out more about Travis Kelce. But on Reputation, which is notoriously the album before she and Joe Alwyn were official, there was a song about him on it. A couple, really. You know, in Dressed, she kind of recounts being with him, and there's one of the songs where she even talks about, like, meeting him, like something about being in a crowded room and something or another when she met him, that she was, like, intimidated by him and thought that he was just gorgeous. She was like, "You're so gorgeous," right? That's on Reputation, right? Yeah. So Gorgeous is about Joe Alwyn, but we didn't know that at the time because she hadn't been official with Joe Alwyn at the time. So there's definitely the potential for there to be a song kind of like Gorgeous on Tortured Poets Department, where she talks about, like, the beginnings of her relationship with Travis. And then in her new album, which comes out in God knows how many years, TS12, we'll probably get more of the curtain drawn back for her relationship with Travis. If it's a real relationship and not a PR relationship, but, you know. I know there's conspiracy theories that they're just dating for the PR, which they totally could be, but... Because now it's like, have we seen anything about either of them recently since the Grammys? No.
I mean, other than them being on vacation together.
Yeah. Like, we saw them in, like, yeah, I guess they were, like, at the beach, and she was, like, in a bikini, and he was, you know, whatever. But other than that, like, they're not doing PR anymore because the Super Bowl happened and the Grammys happened. Like, yeah, she needs to be doing PR for the new album, but she also doesn't really need to. She could just not promote it and it would still be #1. Like, it doesn't matter. If people know it's coming out, like, that's enough, you know? But, of course, she's doing PR for it, but she doesn't need Travis to do PR for this album. Like, so the fact that they're still together when she doesn't really need him at this point, because football's literally not even happening, is a pretty good indicator that it's probably not a PR relationship, unless they need to, like, stage the perfect breakup or whatever. But... I don't know.
They seem real, but who knows?
I don't care either way. Whatever. I'm not personally somebody who gives a shit about Taylor Swift as a person, or like what her personal relationships are. Like, she's a billionaire. I don't give a fuck about her, you know? Like, I'll listen to her music or whatever, but like, I really don't care how she's like, how her personal life is going. That's none of my fucking business. I don't give a shit. And I know there's a lot of people who give a shit. I really don't care. I don't care who she's dating. I don't care if it's a real relationship. I don't care if it's a PR relationship.
I give a little bit of a shit, but not nearly as much as a lot of people.
Yeah, like, I really, like, this is gonna sound mean, and I don't mean that I don't want her to be happy, but I don't care if she is happy or not. Like, I would like it if everybody was happy, right? But I don't, like, her personal happiness is not something that I care about.
I wish she'd give more...
Like, that's her business. Like, I hope she's happy. I hope everybody's happy. But, like...
give more money away and use her voice, though.
Yeah, like, if she is or isn't with somebody who makes her happy, I really could not care less. Alright, we made it to 1,200, and we're still broke. Yippee. Yeah, like, maybe I'd care about her as a person a little more if she cared about other people a little bit more. But, because she doesn't give a shit about me. She doesn't give a fuck about me, so why would I give a fuck about her, you know what I mean? Like, you know, 21 Pilots, like, I do care about those guys as individuals because they give a shit about me as a person. Like, obviously they don't know me, but they give a lot of shits about their fans, and all of their music is like, don't kill yourself. And when I wanted to kill myself, their music made me want to kill myself a little less, which is important. And, like, they would very much care, not that Taylor Swift wouldn't care if one of her fans, like, killed themselves or whatever, but, like, they would very much care if their fans were feeling that way. And, like, they actually donate money to causes and, like, actually do shit. Like, they actually put their money where their fucking mouths are. And they aren't billionaires, and, like, they don't, you know, do all this bullshit with, like, releasing 6 different versions of the same fucking vinyl so that people will buy all of them. Like, they don't... Yeah, like, they don't do shit like that because they don't need to be billionaires. Because, like, I know people gave Tyler a lot of shit for the platforms tweet, and I've talked about this before. Do I think he should have done that? No. Do I think the joke in itself was funny? Yeah. Do I think he should have immediately followed that up with actually talking about BLM? Yes. Do I think he meant harm by it when he was trying to make a post about suicide prevention? No. So, and he was actually donating to BLM charities and not posting about it. He was just doing it. And people are like, well, you know, it's just PR that he's telling us about it. But it's like, no, because he was doing it not telling us about it. He doesn't have to tell us about it because that is performative in and of itself to tell us about it. But to donate anonymously to an organization supporting Black lives is, like, it doesn't matter if he tells us he's doing it or not, as long as he's doing it. Like, why do we care? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a stupid thing to care about. So, generally speaking, I'm pretty sure their hearts are in the right place. And They're not fucking billionaires who take their private jet everywhere. So there's that. So maybe if Taylor Swift cared a little more about the environment and a little bit more about the people in Palestine, maybe I would care. Granted, I don't think the 21 Pilots has talked much about Palestine either, so I wish that they would do that. But Taylor Swift just has a history of being just a white feminist. Like, not an intersectional feminist, just a white feminist. And that's pretty fucking exhausting.
That and the jet are, like, the biggest.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm sure... Well, I'm not sure. But I would bet that Tyler and Josh, if they do support Palestine, which I assume that they do, are probably donating to some kind of charity and not telling us about it. Like, because that's what they do. They like to not really post about stuff like that, which... it could inherently be problematic because they have a platform and they should use it, and this is how they got in trouble about BLM, because they weren't talking about it and they were just donating behind the scenes. But as long as they're doing something, I'm happy. You know?
Yeah, but also, like you were saying earlier, that kind of has a performative part to it as well.
Yeah. For them to tell us about it is inherently performative, but to not tell us about it is also like, then you're not making a statement, right? Like, you need to make a statement about Palestine, and you need to be donating to them, but you shouldn't tell us that you're donating to them, but also you should. Like, there's no way to win, right? Like, he could be donating a ton of money to Palestine, and we wouldn't know, and then people are hating on him for not talking about it, or he could be talking about it and not donating, right? And both are inherently helpful. Like, raising the word about Palestine is helpful, and donating is helpful. So obviously it would be great if everybody was doing both, right? Like, Charlie and I made a donation to Dan and Phil's stream when they were raising money for the PCRF, and I talk about it all the time and retweet stuff and, you know, whatever. So, like, we don't even have platforms. We're just people, but we're, like, doing our fucking best, you know? And whenever there was a strike, we were doing it, not streaming during the strike and all that kind of thing. So... yeah, we don't shop at Walmart, which we used to, and because there was one, like, literally right across the street from our apartment. And we don't eat at McDonald's, not that we did, and we don't drink at Starbucks, which we used to, and, like...
we'll go a little bit further to shop, because...
yeah, we drive a little bit further to shop, not at Walmart, you know? And we're moving houses anyway, so we're gonna live closer to something that's not a Walmart anyway, you know? It's fine. 2 children dying? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be inconvenienced a little bit to drive further than across the street to Walmart if children would stop dying, right? But they're not gonna stop dying if I don't go to Starbucks, because I'm not the reason that children are dying, you know? And I think that that's the thing that we have to think about at the end of the day, is like, our government and their government is the reason that children are dying. And we can talk about it as much as we want, and we can raise as much money as we want, and we can petition our fucking senators as much as we want, but if they don't do anything, it is their fault that children are dying, not ours. It's like, if I don't recycle a water bottle, it is not my fault that there is so much pollution and the animals are dying and the global warming is happening. And yeah, like, if I use a plastic straw instead of a paper one, it is not my fault that climate change is happening, right? But that's what they want us to think, right? Like, because every little thing does count, right? Like, I am using metal straws and stuff because I am trying to be helpful, and every little thing does count. But it is the corporation's fault. No matter what I do, if the corporations don't do anything, if the government doesn't do anything to make the corporations do something, nothing is going to happen, and that is not my fault. I can talk about it as much as I want. I can use as many paper straws as I want, as many metal straws as I want. I can petition, and I can, like, send those, like, automated texts and emails to my senator, or call them, or, like, I can do all of that, and still nothing could change, and that's not my fault. Yeah, like, I'm not the one using my private jet to fly back and forth to see my boyfriend. Like, that... I'm not the one releasing that much CO2 into the air, you know? That's not me. Like, my carbon footprint's not great, but it's not bad. Like, I'm a lot better than a lot of people. Alright, where are we at? I think that was 8. Okay.
How did you get in the closet?
I don't know. I didn't see her go in. And I was watching. I looked at my feet. She's just a ninja. She just, like, sneaks in when you're least expecting.
She's a cat.
Yeah. Alright. One of these has to be shiny at some point. How long have we fucking been here? Like, something has to happen. It's been almost 2 hours. Okay. Oh, I found a mass outbreak of Dreadnought. Isn't that the big turtle guy? Okay. This is like a weird version of Lavender Haze.
Yeah, again, I just mass added, so sometimes I feel like remixes on this.
Yeah, this is like a weird version. Like, it's fine, but it's weird.
So some I just wait until it pops up, and then I take it off.
Yeah. Okay.
It's easier to just mass add.
I need to work on my playlist. I just haven't had time. Maybe I'll do that during my break from streaming in May when we move. Perhaps I'll just work on like my VODs that I'm behind on and because I still want you guys to have content while we're moving, even though I'm not going to be streaming. So I have like VODs I'm working on, TikToks I'm working on, and then maybe I'll work on my stream playlist and add some stuff to it. Because there's a playlist on YouTube Music I really like. I just need to add some of those songs over to Spotify. Because I don't have YouTube Music. Yeah, it sure is the big turtle guy. Alright, so we're at 12:10 now, I believe. So, for those who guessed 1200, it wasn't that. My next guess would be 1224, I think. And then, no, 1222, then 1224, and 1225. Those are all of our next guesses, I think. And I don't know how many eggs I have on me, so I don't know what we'll get to today. I'm just hoping at some point we get the fucking shiny, because this has been going on for far too long.
That would be ideal. Shiny would be ideal.
Yeah, the shiny would be fucking great, actually. Because I really want to move on from this Masuda hunt. Like, how many streams has it been? I think it's been like 15 parts or something. I'm gonna have a ball editing this, because I wanted to make a video that was like, doing my first Masuda hunt, and I thought it would just be like a couple of clips I had to go through. But this is like, I'm gonna have to go through like 15 streams. I don't want to do that. And they're all like 2 or 3 hours long. It's gonna take forever. Absolutely awful. Ugh, my back. I really hurt my back like the last couple days. So I've been like, and I know it's because of my fucking posture, because I sit like a fucking bitch, but like, I'm gay. Oh, I didn't mean to let him out. Alright.
Yeah, it was funny just watching your closet door just bust open.
Yeah.
I just kept pushing on it until it opened. But I thought she was pawing at the door here.
Yeah. Mandy's down there with Charlie. Hold on. Let's see if you can see her this. Oh, that's Charlie.
Hi.
Oh, now it's the beads. Okay, now it's Charlie again. I need more Mandy.
Hi.
How's that? Better. Yeah, look at Mandy.
Hi.
It's a bead stream and a Pokemon stream. We're doing both at once. Charlie, show us your beads. Yeah, we got like 2 more orders last night. And we are literally running out of pink beads. Like, we have almost none left. And somebody ordered a trans bracelet, so...
We need that order to come in.
Yeah, we're,
A bead order.
yeah. We're running out of beads, guys. We didn't realize, like, we got, like, 7 orders this week.
What are the Tauruses doing?
Yeah, which is, like, awesome. Thank you guys so much,
Hello?
but... I don't know, they're being fucking feral. Which is, like, awesome. Thank you guys for ordering so much stuff, but also...
We need beads.
Yeah, oh my fucking god. This pile of Tauroses is fucking ridiculous.
We need beads from the fair anyways.
Yeah, we need beads. We have to go to Michael's and just get beads.
Order needs to get here.
And even after it gets here,
We probably still need
we're still only gonna have some. We only ordered like 100 pink beads. Which is not enough.
Because we don't have access to the one, whichever one Moth ends up getting until...
Yeah, until the fair.
fair.
Or if they can bring them up when they have that doctor's appointment.
I talked about meeting Suzanne.
Yeah, if they could bring them up then, that would be good, because then we'll have access to them
That's
before
end
the
of this
fair.
month.
Huh? Yeah, end of this month, yeah. So at least it'll be a little earlier.
Bring us the beads.
Yeah, Moth, bring us the beads, please God.
We need beads.
Ugh. Can someone be shiny? That was 12-12.
And we still have like so many fucking beads, but like
I know.
not the right color.
Yeah, show them the freshly organized beads. Actually, that was not 12-12. 12-12 was earlier. That was 12-15.
It has some empty slots because we again have new beads coming in. So we want to make sure we have room for all that, and we're also trying to organize out all of this mess. This is like white, black, gray, and then some iridescent ones. That's it for that one. And then this is the freshly organized opaque.
Well, show the
beads.
camera. Like, tilt it up. Yeah, there you go. Freshly organized.
So we need to like move them a little so that there's like a purple and pink separated, but we're not going to do that until we get the new beads. Until we know.
Yeah, because we ordered a set that was purple and pink, so it's gonna be all mixed together when we get it.
And then this is like iridescence and
Translucence. Bead haul.
yeah.
Oh, this man's in my way. Okay. Yeah. But we have some blue and pink coming, because there's a lot of flags that use blue and pink. Trans, pan. So we run out of the same couple of colors, like, all the time. And someone just ordered, like, non-binary, pan, and trans. So we were like, fuck. I'm like, we can make some of those. And then by the time we're at the fair, we're going to have, like, 0 left of all of our most popular flags. The good news is we have a lot of the letter bracelets, and those do better at fairs anyway. Because people will come up to us and actually request stuff. Like, nobody who orders from our shop actually commissions them. They just order the Pride ones, and they don't, like... But people will comment on our videos and be like, can you do this with this? And I'm like, yeah, we take commissions. And then they just don't commission it. They're like, oh, it'd be so cool if you would do, like, lesbian, but with a word on it. And I was like, we could do that. If you requested it.
Go to the coffee. Come high.
Yeah. Go to the coffee and commission it. So I'm going to make a TikTok probably today or tomorrow on our Moss and Moss account that is like, hey, do you want something specific? Commission it. Because there's not a commission's choice on TikTok Shop. You can just, buy pre-made stuff. So I'm like, if you want to commission us, go onto the coffee and commission it. That's what it's for. Because people will, like, request flags, which is good because I will add those flags to our regular stock. Like, we've gotten probably, like, 4 or 5 different flags added to our stock this week. Because they were flags I was already thinking about doing for the most part. We just, like, hadn't actually gotten around it because no one had ordered them, so we...
Transmass.
Yeah, but if I add them to my regular stock, maybe people will actually order them. But I'm not going to add, like, totally custom stuff to our regular stock because it's custom, so... Like, I wish I could add... I mean, I could do this, but I don't know how we would work it out. Like, I could add a listing on TikTok Shop that's just, like, custom order, and then people could order that and pay for it. But then it would be like how they message us to tell us what they want would be complicated because it's not built in like on coffee with the commissions. So
How would we know exactly how much it would cost until later, depending on what kind of customization they want, if they want like a charm or something.
right, so it would be hard to say, which is why we have coffee, because we can tell them how much the commission costs. But yeah. Anyway, I'll probably make a TikTok explaining that, because we get people asking us all the time, like, can you do this? Can you do that? Do you sell in other places? Like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yes. Okay.
Man,
She's just a little girl.
are you being a menace in Ty's closet?
Yeah, like, the whole point of me closing the door is to keep her out of there, and then she ends up getting herself locked in like a fucking idiot. She's big dumb.
Me too.
She gets it from her mom. Okay. Let's see. Not shiny. Boo. This is getting ridiculous. I know I say this every time, but that's because it gets more and more ridiculous every time. Every stream that I don't get a shiny Poliwag, it's more ridiculous than the last. It's been ridiculous since we went over odds. Like, it has been ridiculous since then. Ugh. Because, okay, we started at 11:30, and then we opened one box, which would have been 30, so that would have been 11:60. And then we opened another box, so that would have been 11:90. And now we're at 12:20, is that right? I'm bad at math.
Math is fine.
Yeah, because it would have been 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100, or like 1200, 1210, 1220. Yeah, and then this is 12. Okay. Yeah, so we've opened 3 boxes. And we still have a box to go. So we'll get to 1250 if I open this box, which is a good place to end. Okay. We'll see if I can get to 1250 by the time I have to go to work. I think we can do it. Especially because I have been mostly just yapping and hatching and not doing, like, any other stuff. Because sometimes I get distracted and then it takes us longer. But I've been pretty much just, like, on track today. Yeah, I am a professional yapper. That's so true. I can't believe you guys listen to me yap for multiple hours a day, every other day. Like, that's ridiculous. You know, I try to have something interesting to say every stream. I don't always, but especially when I'm doing the Masuda hunting and there's literally nothing to talk about. Like, it, you know, it's like that comment I saw that was like, shiny hunting streams are just chatting with extra steps. And, like, I'm not personally prepared to be a just chatting streamer. This is why I'm a gaming streamer, because I usually just narrate the game if I can't think about what to say. Like, I usually just go, oh, and now we're doing this, and now we're doing that. But if I'm just doing the Masuda hunt, then it would just be me going, we're driving, we're hatching an egg, you know, like, which
There
would
it
be,
goes.
which would be very annoying, so.
It's cracking.
It's cracking? It's cracked? I'm cracked? Except for I'm not cracked because I keep not getting a fucking shiny. Alright, here we go. This is going to be 1222. And then... Okay, in this batch is 1222, 1224, and 1225. So we have 3 guesses in this batch. Mandy, you better fucking make one of these eggs shiny. After you made that Silicobra shiny, you better make one of these eggs shiny. Alright, this is 1222. That's a solid number. It's very even. It's very nice.
You bitch.
You bitch. Okay, that's okay. 1224 is my guess. So 24 is my lucky number. It's also very even. Very nice. So maybe it'll be 1224. Yeah, as soon as Charlie comes in here, they start fucking yapping.
Sorry.
And I can't even fucking hear you because I have my fucking headset on, so I have to, like, go like this so I can fucking hear you. Who invited you in here? This is my stream. And 1223 is a loser, but that's okay. 1223 wasn't anybody's guess, so we don't need her. We need 1224. Because that's like Christmas Eve. And then 1225 is like Christmas. Oh, okay. My bad, I'm sorry. You don't have to leave. Okay, 1224. This is my guess. This is my egg. We're manifesting a shiny. It's gonna be shiny. I'm not even gonna look. I lied, I looked a little bit because I was too nervous. Because if, well, like, what if I didn't look and then I didn't notice? I don't know if I would hear it or not, you know? Alright, 1225, this is Nyx's guess. Nyx, you manifest now. You manifest now. By the power invested in Nyx, give us a shiny egg. Arceus above. No. Okay. Boo. Oh, no, I don't. Well, I accidentally said I would nickname this one, so I'm going to name it Nyx. Because it was 1225. Nyx. There we go. Okay. If you guess the shiny number, I might actually name it after you. Like, if someone in chat guesses the number that the shiny is, I'll either name it after you or you could just name it in general. You get naming rights if you guess the shiny. That's the prize. Alright. So, I guess now what? All of the guesses just got gust. 12, 26, 7, 28, 29, and 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I guess 1244 would be another good one. 1248 would be Charlie's next guess, right?
Even 1240 would be okay.
1240, 1244, 1248, and then 1250. I think those are the only guesses left that are any good, unless anyone else has any guesses. Nyx, you're allowed to make another one since your first one was a failure. I just guess any number at this point. Like, I get more guesses than you guys are allowed. You guys get, you know, one guess until your guess is guessed, and then you get another guess, etc. But me and Charlie just be guessing. I will guess every even number between now and 1250. I'm allowed to be right. But if it's 1248, Charlie can have it. 1240 or 1248, and then I'll take it if it's 1242, because that's also nice. I'll take it if it's 1244 or 1250. And then next stream, God forbid, my guess would be 1269. If we must get to next stream. But hopefully, we'll just hatch a shiny right now, and we won't have to worry about it. Right now. Alright. Nobody likes Boxing Day anyway. 1226. Thank you for the oof, Charlie. It's fine. We're gonna get one. I'm manifesting it. We're gonna get one. Maybe... I know, I feel like I need like a witch jar. Is there a hatching a shiny egg jar you can do?
I mean, you can wear your good luck charm.
Yeah, I wore it one of the days and it didn't do it.
Maybe I need to make a new one specifically while thinking about getting a shiny.
You need a shiny luck jar. Not just a luck jar, but a shiny luck jar. You have to sprinkle you have to put glitter in it or something. It's like when you make a sparkling power sandwich. You have to do that.
I mean, if I just think about you getting a shiny while I'm doing it, that's putting my
Yeah, the little, like, sigil that you put into it has to be a picture of a shiny Poliwag. Because it's like a swirl, you know? Which is like the little things you put inside, right? So it's just the tummy of a Poliwag. Oh god, wait. We've been on a Taylor Swift song. I didn't realize. Okay. Yeah. There's still a lot of stuff on here. Truth is also too sad for right now. Okay, it's On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons. That's an upbeat song. You know, I'll be on top of the world if we get a shiny. So, we'll go with that.
Who's just a little girl?
Mandy. She's just a little girl. Aww. She's just a baby. I want to get like a really close Mandy shot at him, but I don't know how far this will go before it. It'll go pretty far, actually.
My foot.
Oh no, your foot.
I was there to cover my toots.
Yeah, but it was also blocking the camera. How's that? Is that up close and Mandy? Yeah. Gotta tilt it down. Yeah, up close Mandy cam. That's what it's all about. And then oh, who's a good girl? Alright, she's gonna manifest a shiny like she did last time. But this time, the egg instead of a random Silicobra. Manifest it, you guys. Yeah, I'll make sure I have the perfect Mandycam set up in the new house. I'm gonna have the little Squishmallow frog bed set up somewhere for her to sit in, and then hope to God she actually sits in it, and then have the camera set up right in front of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you'll have the couch in your office, so she'll probably just sit on that to hang out with you.
Yeah.
She's so cute. Look at her. Look at her, you guys. She does have a close-up. You're done with the beads. Oh god, we have an ad coming up soon. No! Let me just get through the eggs. We're almost there. She looks disgruntled. Are you disgruntled that we haven't gotten a shiny, Mandy? Because I am. Sorry, I keep adjusting, but I'm like gay and autistic, and I'm sitting and my back hurts, and the mic is like at a weird angle for me right now. I think I need to have it like down but up, but then the like ditto isn't. Okay, there is good, and then I'll just be, because I don't want it to like block my face, you know, because this thing, the pop filter, like is the main problem. It wouldn't block my face if it wasn't for the pop filter. Maybe I'll just sound poppy for a minute. If I'm far enough away from it, I don't think the pop filter is necessary. Like if I'm back here, I'm not gonna see that would be a problem without the pop filter. But I'm over here, so I think it's fine. She is just a baby, that's so true. Okay, let's skip all of those songs. I've got like 5 Taylor Swift songs coming up. Can I play something else? Okay. It's 21 Pilots or it's Taylor Swift. Those are like the only things that are coming on this playlist. This is why I have to edit my playlist. Okay.
There's so much more on this playlist than that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some AJR, and like, I'm skipping everything with Mothika because I don't know her music, but... Or like Blue Eyes, because A, I don't know that music, and B, I know what it's about. So I just end up playing only the 21 Pilots stuff. Alright,
I do that.
I do that. Was that you, Charlie? Okay, because it says anonymous, so I wasn't sure. Well, thank you, anonymous, for the I do that. because I do that. I love that fucking vine. Alright, we got another not shiny. Okay. So that was 12:31. I'm behind too. Okay. Look at Mandy now. She's like got her like paw like up on the front. She's totally posing for the camera. She's so silly. I love her. Cat cam was like the most perfect addition to my stream. As soon as I was able to start using my DSLR again, I was thrilled because I could use my fucking webcam as a Mandy cam. Which is great. Alright. The little Sprigatito ad with like the soda in the background is so cute. And the Fuecoco cereal advert. Mm-hmm. Boo. Alright. Normies. How many do I have left? 2 more? Okay. So that would have been 12:33. And then I have 4 and 5 left in my hand. Okay. We're so close yet so far.
Berries on the advert, and that just got me thinking about how many like things that people think are vegetables are just fucking berries.
Yeah. Everything that you think is a vegetable is actually just a berry. Or like
Not even just a fruit, it's a fucking berry.
Yeah. The way that they classify fruits and vegetables is so fucked up. Like, the way they classify a berry is so fucked up.
It's a berry.
Yeah. And then the things that we think are berries aren't berries. It's, like, all totally backwards. Like, strawberries aren't berries. They have seeds on the outside.
They're fruit, but they're not berries.
Yeah.
Berries are berries.
Yeah. It's all very fucked up, like I said. Okay.
All gourds
Yeah.
are berries.
Gourds are berries. Tomatoes are berries. Pokemon actually gets that right, because they have a berry called the tomato berry. Okay, I'm tired of this, like, racetrack situation. Can I drive somewhere? Where do I want to go? Let's go into the middle of this, like, bullshit area. Mandy is so cute right now. Okay. We'll just go around this path, see what happens. Cloth. It's definitely nap time after stream. I need a nap after stream. Can't get through work. Can't get through the workday without my post-stream nap. Because I've also never worked on Tuesday, I don't think, as long as I've been at my job. So I don't know what the Tuesday crowd is like. I don't know what the people who call in on Tuesday are like. Probably the same as the people that call in every other day, but I've never had to find out. Yeah, literally. Okay. And now I've ended up back in Artisan, which is what I wanted to not do.
It's just a little baby.
She's just a baby. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Mandy is actually baby-shaped. So... she's a very teensy tiny little cat. She used to be, like, super thick, but she's actually very small. She's got little tiny hands. Oh, I arrived at my destination. Yeah, look at her little tiny hands. So true. She does have toe beans. I didn't think I liked cats much until we had Mandy, and now I'm like, oh my god, I love cats. Cat's just never liked me. Like,
You're her favorite.
yeah. By default, because Cat's not here. Cat was her favorite. Alright. So that was 12:36.
Your favorite, your aunt.
Yeah.
Your uncle.
Definitely is. Excuse me. Ugh, normie.
Me, I'm done with the beads. Me, randomly grab some more beads.
You can grab more beads as long as you do it on that side of the webcam.
I forgot that the webcam was there.
Okay.
When I did that.
I got, like, lots of boys, but then I had lots of girls. I don't know. Alright, anyway. I'll have to hatch more eggs.
Here we go again.
Mamma mia. Here we go again.
Disgruntled broken up.
That's how doing the Masuda hunt feels. It's just, Mamma mia. Here I go again.
It's slightly more disturbing every time.
Yeah, it's like that version of Country Roads where it's like all the lyrics are in the wrong order.
Take me road.
Country home. My Virginia. It's like totally disjointed.
Western mama.
I'll have to show you guys what we're talking about after this like batch.
Country home.
Because then I have an ad coming up in like a minute, so I'll show you guys what I'm talking about after the ad. She's just a baby.
Spot on the shoulder.
Oh, that? I was like, what? She has so many spots. What do you mean? But yeah, that one.
The like soul one that's on like the white.
Yeah, like on her neck, yeah. Alright, that was all of them. Alright, yep, so I have an ad coming up in like 20 seconds. So, you know, do all the things you normally do. Grab a snack, grab some water, go to the bathroom. I'll pull up the video that I'm talking about, and then we'll hatch this last set of 10 eggs, and that'll be stream. Okay, see you guys in a minute.
Break.
All right, we're back. I have the video pulled up. So this is Take Me Home, Country Roads, but I lose all grasp on reality during the chorus. Let me make sure I have it selected. There we go. And it's just by this guy. I don't know, but I think this video is really fucking funny. So enjoy. And we'll hatch the eggs during this last bit. So it's like normal at first. For the verse. I belong with... He's a little quiet. Okay. Volume's up. And now he just loses it. Yeah. Western Mama. Mountain Place. Country Home. It's so beautiful. Mama rode me. Yeah, so the lyrics are almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River, life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, swaying like a breeze. And then it's country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. And then it's country home, take me road to the belong, I Virginia, West mama, mountain place, take me road, country home, which is just like not it at all, but is very funny. So Charlie and I reference this all the time. We'll just completely jumble the lyrics of a song and be like, you know, like the Country Roads cover where it's just like all fucked up. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Oh god, don't look at my closed captions. Let me turn the window capture back off. Okay. And then I guess I have to put Spotify back on. Where is it? And then I have to turn the music back down. Okay.
Yeah, he was just a little quieter than...
Yeah. Let me know if this music volume is good, Charlie, or if I need to put it up or down. Okay. Anyway. Whee! Got 10 eggs left.
Might be a tad quiet.
Tad quiet? Okay. I can't remember what it was at before. Alright, here we go. First egg of the new batch.
That's better.
Okay. Cool beans. Alright, not shiny. What is the... It's... Not that. Where's the one? Sorry, I'm looking for something. Give me a second. The Country Roads video made me think of another video. But I can't remember who it's by. Let me see. Got it. That's it. Okay. I couldn't remember. This. Okay. There we go. Alright. Back to eggs. I'm just adding a song to the Spotify queue. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a band that did a cover, or really like a parody of like the YMCA, but it's Mothman. There's no need to feel down. I said Mothman. You know, and so that band, the band that did that song is actually a real band, and they have other music, and it's like all about cryptids and stuff. Lose control. There's a fire in my soul. Alright. No Poliwag. I mean, it is a Poliwag, but no shiny Poliwag.
You hatch one and it's just not.
It's just not a Poliwag at all. Yeah. Alright, 2 more and then 5 more after that. Okay. One of them's got to be shiny. Oh god, it's already 1 o'clock. Okay, I gotta speed through this. I got distracted. Of course, the Vigoroth is now like gonna encounter me. Okay. Can he move, please?
We don't have time for this.
I know, I was about to say, I don't have a time for a fucking encounter. Sir. He runs pretty fast to be the evolution of a sloth. Alright. Alright, last one. 1245. So that was 1244, so that one wasn't shiny. So what do we have left? 1248 and 1250. It's gotta be fucking one of them. Wasn't 1242. Wasn't 1244. This is ridiculous. This is completely just fucking terrible. Alright. Alright, last 5. Will we get it before 12 fucking 50? Because then we're basically halfway to odds again. Like, halfway to triple odds, right? Because 256 is half of odds. 512 is odds. 1024 is double odds. And then 2048 is 4 times odds? So, what's 1024 plus 512? 10... Bad at math. 1024... 1060 something? And we're at... Or not 1060 something. 1600 something? I don't fucking know. I'm bad at math. It's 1600 something. And we're almost at 1300. Right? I don't know. 512, what's 512 times 3 is the question I'm asking, I guess. 5, 10, 1500. I don't know. It's like 1600.
512 times 3.
Yeah.
So 1024 plus 512.
Uh-huh. Is that the color that guy normally is? It is, right? Yeah. That's what I thought.
1536?
1530. Okay, so is that... Oh, not what I wanted to do. So that's
Triple.
3 times odds.
Yeah.
And then... 1536. Okay. Yeah, so we're like halfway to that. Almost. I don't fucking know. Because it would be whatever that is minus 256. So we're close. Come on. One of these guys has to be shiny. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, 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 alright. This is 1246, which is definitely an option. That's an even number. It's a nice number. Could be a shiny number. No. Alright. I really thought we might get it today. I really did. I'm losing hope. With every egg I hatch, I lose a shred of hope. But, like, we have to get it eventually. Even if I have to go full odds for it and the Masuda's out the window, I should still... Oh, this is a Blue Eye song. I probably should have skipped it. Oopies. I'm going to the Pierce Seville song. Okay. Alright. Still no. That's okay. 1248. Alright, this is Charlie's guess. So... shiny. No. Charlie.
I'm sorry.
What the heck? Where is the shiny luck, dude? What the heck, homie? Alright, we have fucking 2 left. This is ridiculous. This is terrible. Oh, this one decided to spawn in the pink void. We'll see what that means for us. Fucking nothing. Alright. Great. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Here, let me go grab this item while we're over here. Excuse me, Ghastly. Can I have this? Thank you. Oh god. It's gonna hatch, like, next to all these birds. Oh. The Swablu is coming to wish us shiny luck. Ah. Fuck this haunt, man. This hunt sucks. Oh my fucking god. Now I have to fight this fucking guy? Oh my god. Alright, we're done. We're fucking done. I'm over this. We're leaving. That was the last one, right? Yeah. Alright, we're leaving. We're done. Ugh. God. I still have some eggs left, but I don't have time for those, so we'll do those next time. But... bro. Fucking sucks. Alright. Well, let me see if there's anybody to raid, because I gotta go to work. But thank you guys for coming and making this a little bit less miserable. I would be way more miserable if I was doing this all by my fucking self. Oh, Nyx is live. We'll raid her. But yeah, make sure you send the raid messages in to Nyx's chat when we get there. I will be live again Thursday for more of this shit. And then we'll be live again Saturday. Me and Charlie will be doing probably Stardew or something akin to that. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Join my Discord. Follow my socials. Charlie has put them into the chat. So that you know when I go live next. I love you guys. Love you too, Charlie. But yeah, we're gonna do /raid. She changed her username. It's Nixies now. which is cute. But now I have to know that. Okay. Is that right? Did I do it right? Yes. Okay, great. Well, send Nyx your love. Why are my bangs all fucked up? There's like a split down the middle of my fucking bangs. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we'll get a fucking shiny. If we're at 1250 now, we should get to 1350 or so next time. Which was gross, and then we'll probably be at like 1500 after that. So, I don't know, fucking kill me, I guess. We gotta get it at some point. It literally has to happen eventually. If we get to 3 times odds, I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. So, yeah, give Nyx your love. She's a friend of the stream. We love her. She was here earlier. So, yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap. Okay. Bye!